Hello, America. I am James P. Sullivan of the Open Door Party, here asking for your vote in this year's presidential election. Today, history will be made. This election, this year, this very day, we will be deciding between three monsters to run for the office of the President of the United States of America. Because up until now, the monster and human worlds have been separate. The only interaction between the two places and the citizens living there has been one attached to feelings of fear, disorder, and feelings of separation. Monstropolis was a world where monsters were told that humans were toxic, and I, James P. Sullivan, I know this was just a ploy. I've interacted with and even held a human child, and I'm perfectly fine. Some monsters, however, refuse to believe this. People of America, I know you're not toxic to me, but other candidates of this election still believe you are. Look at the facts. One who worked as the head of the Child Detection Agency in order to keep monsters and humans separate, and the other who believes children are a danger to monsters, and that instead of having to come close to humans at any time, we should instead take them from their rooms in the middle of the night and hook them to machines. Children are only seen as toxic to fuel the scares, to make it seem like self-defense, that scaring seems like a monster fighting back against something that poses an even greater threat to them. Monsters and humans, in times of the past, the truth is we were scared of each other, but this can no longer continue. America, historically, was a country of immigrants. We came from near and far, through the gates of Ellis Island, to this great country that was meant to bring us together and bring us opportunity. America is still that country today. As we welcome each other into our worlds, we should not do so in fear. We should not do so in separation. We should do so in peace. Humans and monsters, despite the different looks of our bodies, are in our core similar. We all value the well-being of our environment because we know that establishing a healthy planet now means a bright, green future for upcoming generations. If elected, I promise to increase the use of clean energy sources and reduce the number of greenhouse gases, and I plan to encourage clean energy research. To each American, their own health and the health of their friends, their family, and even the nation is important. We need to fix our healthcare system. We currently pay the highest prices worldwide for prescription drugs, and this absolutely needs to be changed. We need to legalize marijuana so everyone suffering from diseases for which it is a cure can reap its benefits. Along with all of this, we need to make abortion legal and more accessible nationwide so that a rape victim, a mother who can simply not afford to care for a child, or a teen mother who did not receive proper sex education will be able to terminate their pregnancy. What a woman chooses to do with her body is her choice, not the decision of legislators. We all believe in the work we do. Whether you own the company or you work in its mailroom, you are important not only to that business but to the economy. We need an economy that supports all people, with less dependence on foreign oil, more American-made products, lower unemployment rates, and taxes that work for every class. I believe our current tension with North Korea and Russia is something to be solved in a way with as much peace and as little violence as possible. Russia's tampering with the 2016 presidential election was reproachable, but the country of Russia cannot weaken us so long as we don't let President Putin's values about how a government and a country should operate pollute our minds. North Korea poses a threat with weaponry, but if elected, I will do everything in my power to prevent the loss of American life. On the issue of violence, I believe that background checks for those owning a gun need to be tightened so that we will not infringe on the Second Amendment right, but instead make sure that guns are provided for the right purpose instead of senseless killing. I believe every child should be given access to high-quality education, no matter their race, financial status, where they live, or for any other reason. Today, there is a clear difference between quality of education in suburban public schools and inner-city schooling, and this needs to change. Equality for every student needs to be guaranteed. And finally, the issue of the energy crisis. The solution, indefinitely, lies in laugh power. There are no disadvantages to a nation where monsters and humans can laugh together instead of being separated by fear. There are no disadvantages in a method where we can create clean energy, saving our planet and having fun at the same time. The Scream Extractor, proposed by Randall Boggs, is dangerous, not only with physical side effects, but emotional. Imagine your children being stolen in the middle of the night, taken to a factory you've never seen, returning with pale skin, swollen lips, and teary eyes. Imagine having to force your child into bed each night, screaming and crying as they await their fate. The other candidate, Roz, does support laugh power, but she is still questioning how the transition between scare and laugh power will go, and hesitation is not something we need. So America, this election, vote for someone you trust to keep the economy growing, your children happy, and your earth flourishing. Vote for someone you know will be a friend to you, someone who will transition Americans into this new time in the best way possible. Vote for someone like me, James P. Sullivan, and I'll work for progress with you in mind. And remember, think better, think change, think funny, vote Sulley.